I hooked up with this one chick. She's not a OnlyFans girl, nothing, and she got like labiaplasty, and I'm like,
what is that?
You know what I'm talking about?
You get your labia done up.
They make their. I don't like this. It's like when they make their pussies like, it's like they clip. Like, you know how women's, they look like
Yeah.
Like their pussies look like
No, give us a little birds and the bees talk. What? Tell us about the labia majora and the minora.
I like the natural look
Yeah.
of a woman, like that type of thing. I don't like it when they do. And it's like women, I like, especially when you find out that it like kind of hinders their experience a little bit.
It takes away their pleasure to some degree, I would imagine.
And I'm one of those guys that's like, I'm very much like, I can't have a good time if she's not having a good time. That type of thing. So like,
I'm the same way.
Yeah, it's genital mutilation.
Most guys are that way. I feel like there's a weird thing. Women don't think that, but like most women and men are actually on the same page. Like, we can only have a good time if our partner is having a good time.
100%.
Yeah.
But it's weird that like women don't think that men think that way.
Yeah, but because I think there's also a lot of men that don't think that way, but in particular instances, like if a man loves a woman,
right?
Yes, like I'm very connected to you having a good time, but I feel like especially in like the college world or like hookup culture,
that we don't care about, like, we have a ton of pressure on performing in the bed.
Yes.
Like it's like and they have the same pressure, which is hilarious. But they think that we don't have that. Like they think that we're like, like no, dude, like this is like our entire everything.
Yeah, everything rests on this moment.
No, 100%.
Yeah, that's why like 70% of dudes now have fucking erectile dysfunction because we're just like in our heads all the time.
And the plastics.
And the plastics. And the plastics sucking your testosterone down. Brought to you by our sponsor, Mars Men, which is why you should take Mars Men.
What's that? What is Mars Men?
Oh, you don't know about Mars Men? It's a natural herbal supplement that increases your testosterone.
Be honest, how big are your balls?
My balls?
And I said be honest.
And the plastics. And the plastics sucking your testosterone down. Brought to you by our sponsor, Mars Men, which is why you should take Mars Men.
What's that? What is Mars Men?
Oh, you don't know about Mars Men? It's a natural herbal supplement that increases your testosterone.
Be honest, how big are your balls?
My balls?
And I said be honest, so you gotta be honest.
I mean, I haven't measured my balls. I mean, they're like a handful.
It's hard to measure like a liquidy, not liquidy.
Are your balls liquid, you sick fuck?
They're like a if an egg
that increases your testosterone.
Be honest, how big are your balls?
My balls?
And I said be honest, so you gotta be honest.
I mean, I haven't measured my balls. I mean, they're like a handful.
It's hard to measure like a liquidy, not liquidy.
Are your balls liquid, you sick fuck?
they're like a if an egg was soft.
It's like a balloon. It's like a water balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a water balloon is.
When I tell women when it's like shaving your balls, it's like imagine trying to shave a water balloon, but it's also like not fully pumped.
No, it's
it's an empty water balloon.
So fucking scary.
Terrifying.
3 times.
Terrifying.
It's so scary. And then next thing you know, you're just like you're listening to a podcast. You're just doing like it doesn't even matter.
It's like trying.
Oh no, I'm still highly concentrated. I'm still highly silence, and I'm in there. Wait. How do you walk us through how you shave your balls? Are you standing? Are you sitting?
I'm standing, and I'm all right. This is a pro tip.
Okay, because I have some pro tips too, but I want to hear yours.
I'll be honest. I like watch porn.
Yeah.
Because that way your balls get tighter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And when you shave, I don't know how hairy you're. You look like me. I bet you have a hairy dick.
Oh yeah.
Super hairy dick. And if you have a soft dick, you can't shave the base of your dick. You got to get hard first.
It's difficult. I should have said difficult. Yes.
Yeah, you got to get hard to shave your dick.
Dick has a beard.
Yeah.
Our dicks have beards, dude. Yeah.
Does
yours have a beard too?
Yeah, it goes up the shaft.
Yeah, it does.
Why does it do that?
Like you think?
Why?
It never did that when I was 20. But like as I get older, I'm like,
Well, also testosterone, higher testosterone, more body hair.
I don't have any facial hair, but I got a good dick beard.
The level that women are on, right? So like we leveled up. Men, it's not like commonplace for men to shave their balls. It wasn't like even 10 years ago probably was. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden it became commonplace that like men started. So women like were like, all right, I'm gonna fucking laser wax my pussy. You know what I mean? They're gonna like they just took it up a whole
up the ante.
level.
Yeah.
It's so weird that like they're always on a whole other level.
I feel like they're always doing that though. They're always looking for the next beauty thing that's going to make them 10 times better.
Yeah.
And I respect them for it.
You know what it is? Like I train mostly women, and it's so funny because you'll see sometimes on social media, not the women I train, but just in social media, it's like men. They're like always frame it as men putting pressure on women, and
It's mostly women putting.
Yeah, I always frame it like a guy would love whatever. Like a guy will love anything. You could have. He'll find like.
They don't know that.
You like.
It's a weird
You could have a nice elbow, and he'll be like, but she's got a good elbow.
It's almost like
Yeah.
they got two
Right?
games. Like they got 2 games where it's like there's a game that they got to play against men, and there's a game that they got to play against women.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And they're the ones upping the ante with all the wellness crazy shit.
Yeah.
They're the ones going into psychosis with this insanity.
It's funny that, they're the ones that do it, and then they think that we're the ones that want it, and then we end up wanting it
And they're like,
because
I have
they're
to-
doing it,
Yeah.
and then we're like, oh yeah, this is the new standard of beauty. You're right, but we would have never thought that. Listen,
Well,
the '80s, we loved Harry Bush.
Right.
Everybody loved Harry Bush in the '80s, and then they started shaving, and we're like, oh, now we can see it. That's great. Now we love being able to see pussy.
And then they build an industry around it. Waxing.
Waxing,
and like
yeah,
lasers
totally.
And all this shit.
Yeah. Well, the craziest example is the women that put pressure on themselves to be like skinnier or whatever to look like quote unquote a model, and by model they mean like Vogue, they mean fashion model editorial.
Right.
And then they're like, but they all know what Playboy is, and it's a bunch of short girls with fat asses and whatever. Like they all know. So it's like you see the shit that men enjoy.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And you turn that off and you go, oh, that's what men enjoy.
Yeah.
So you're starving yourself.
That's
Like,
why I have
it's-
such a
it's
fucking
so
problem
weird.
with Pilates. I have like this fucking war with like Pilates.
Preach.
Not specifically the like guy who came up with all that, but the women who are starting these studios and marketing it because they're trying to promote this like small look.
Yeah.
Instead of just embracing being fucking strong and letting your body take whatever shape genetically with good muscle.
Yeah.
And they're trying to limit themselves by like having this look. And when they do Pilates, it doesn't do anything for their physical body to change. It can do a lot of good things for their health. They're like I know their brains. The reason they go is the marketing, the image of it. It has not really anything to do thinking, well, it helps me activate my core, whatnot. No, it's the perceived image they think they're getting.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a similar thing too, where it's like some women they'll start getting diesel, or they think that like, oh, like I don't want to get too jacked or whatever. Oh, sorry. Like they think like I don't want to get too jacked or whatever, and then they don't understand like, you know, that like if you saw my algo on Instagram, it's just diesel bags. It's just like you know what I mean?
Diesel Baddie?
Yeah. Like just
Like gym baddies.
like gym
That is a
baddies.
good name.
Muscle mommies.
That's a
I
good
don't like
name.
muscle mommy.
You don't like muscle mommy?
No, Diesel
Where I'm from,
Baddie.
everybody said diesel baddie.
Where are you from?
Pennsylvania, like Philly.
Okay.
That's a good name.
I like Diesel Baddie.
You should
Diesel
start a
baddies.
fucking shirt.
Diesel baddies.
That would sell like crazy.
That would.
Diesel
A
Baddie.
good gym shirt that
would-
says Diesel
that's
Baddie?
way better than Muscle Mommy. It's like
Muscle mommies is weird.
Retarded.
bro.
It is
Like
weird.
that.
I don't like calling any girl that I'm fucking a mommy.
I don't like
No.
that.
And it's not like girls calling guys they fuck daddy. They like that.
Diesel
Like, if I
Baddie
knew my
makes you-
wife and she had kids and she had muscles, then it's like, yeah. She's
Diesel Baddie makes
Yeah.
you think of like you gotta, you know,
she's
you.
diesel baddie.
It would be like when you're in a fucking mechanic shop and you see the pinup girl calendar,
Yeah.
and those
Yeah.
are like those are Diesel Baddies,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yeah. The core of it is it's kind of like a similar problem to what we have in a way or whatever. And it's weird how you don't see this until you're older, but like they just don't get how much we're into like everything about women. Like, and the older you get, the more you are into all the different, like, whatever. Like, just the way their attitudes and everything. Like, the older you get, the more you're kind of just into feminine energy.
Yeah.
Here's something we probably both have in common in the sense, so I'm a photographer and you work with a lot of women. One thing that I can't, like, fully explain, but because of being a photographer and doing photo shoots with so many women, I feel like I have this weird insight that as a man I didn't really understand, which is that the sensation of feeling pretty is the most intense sensation for a woman. I don't know if that is like fully it. I know enough that I don't know. That's basically I understand. It's like, okay, I know a little bit, and now I've learned that there's a whole lot I don't know essentially. But I've hit that weird territory where working with models and women that like, I mean, why do these women do this? It's kind of crazy when you think about it. It's like, I mean, most of the women that I'm shooting with on my main page or whatever, we're doing pretty like low key shit. They got their clothes on, whatever. But I've had women where I do photo shoots where they're naked and all this stuff. And when in abstract, you're like, you just met up with a stranger.
Yeah.
And you got naked.
And you're doing a boudoir shot.
And why are you doing all? You met up, you drove, and all this shit. And you got all this or whatever. And even the basic stuff where it's like they got their clothes on. It's like they took time out of their day. They drove. Some of these women will drive hours. I mean, I'm shocked. Like some women will drive hours, which is a huge so flat. There was a woman that was like, she was gonna drive 4 hours to come shoot with me. I'm like, it is so flattering, especially for a woman. Like if it's a dude, it's like, you know, whatever. But like a woman, it's like this. It means a lot. You know what I mean? Because she takes photos all the time.
Oh yeah.
So it's very flattering. And one of the conclusions I came to is like, oh, this is like every man's, all the different ways, all the different things like that make us feel confident, all the different things that we do. I'm good at this, or maybe I'm funny, or I'm jacked, or whatever. For them, it's all just combined into one thing. And I didn't understand that for the longest time. And it kind of informs the way like I behave and all of that too, because you understand like how sensitive.
Oh, I'm like, I mean, also just having a sister, like, I would just never poke fun at a woman's body. Like, I would never ever touch that with anybody.
Yeah.
Like, especially a female. It's like, you just never do that. Yeah. Even if they say shit to you, you just don't do that.
Yeah.
It's just like, we're guys, we could say shit like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you're like, oh, your belly's doing this or this, and
then
then like,
call each other fat, skinny, little dick, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Hurt, like in the moment, but you're like, oh, I need to get better. He's calling me out to get better.
Actually, I have a theory about this. I call it pressure test.
Okay.
So I have this theory that the reason why men talk shit to each other is. So did you know that, like back in Africa, like early humans, we most likely had to fight literally giant baboons, 8-foot tall baboons.
Holy shit.
Like, this was a real thing. They lived at the same time as Homo sapiens. 8-foot tall baboons. I'm scared of a baboon is like the scariest thing in the whole world to me. The idea of
that's basically like if you made the worst creature to come after you, it would be that.
An 8-foot baboon. Exactly. So now imagine, all right, so you're going to go fight. I mean, maybe.
How big is their big red ass if they're 8 feet tall?
Oh my god, it'd probably swallow your whole head, bro.
Dude, that's terrifying.
You know what I mean? They probably use you as fucking as toilet paper. They probably use human size toilet
They probably just literally rip you apart instantly.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, just
or throw a bunch for fun. They pick a bunch to throw.
Their anatomy and everything, they really think it was just like the same concept as a baboon, but just 8 foot tall and probably like 300, 400, 500 pounds.
Dude, that's what nightmares are made of. That's terrifying.
So think about this: a silverback, they're 5 feet tall.
Shit.
Here's another fun fact: how big is a silverback gorilla's dick?
Tinier than ours.
Tiny. They're like 1 inch.
We got them.
1 inches, dude. Yeah. Yeah. You get mauled by a silverback, you're like, how big's your dick, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pussy ass bitch.
Yeah, you're like dying, but
you're like, but check out this hog.
Yeah, look at that shit, bitch.
Boy, if you actually let me loose on your harem, I would want
all your bitches would leave you instantly.
I would invent Super 8s.
Yeah,
probably.
I'd have silverback AIDS.
That's the real reason.
As soon as you come, it just literally some virus goes up you and just explodes your brain.
Yeah, dude.
So my theory though is this. Oh, and also this was everywhere. So every major continent humans lived in, there was some type of megafauna we had to fight. So obviously there's woolly mammoths here, woolly rhinos. In Australia, they had giant Komodo dragons, and they had land crocodiles that they believe could run about 40 miles an hour. And they had 13-foot tall terror birds, basically like an ostrich that was a carnivorous ostrich. So everywhere humans have gone, like early,
there was giant shit trying to kill you.
Exactly. So pressure testing. The idea is like,
just because of that, we deserve AI sex robots. The fact that our civilization had to put up with that shit and go through all of that, those guys are cheering us and being like, yes, embrace the fucking sex robots.
Yeah. Yes.
You would, like, if AI had to do any of the shit we had to do.
Oh, yeah, you guys got it easy, AI.
Yeah, AI has no idea.
Has no idea.
No idea.
We're talking this shit like we're the ones that fought the 8-foot tall baboons.
No, but we do have to, like, I don't know, we get hemorrhoids and shit. That sucks.
That does suck.
You know what I mean? They don't know nothing.
Dude, imagine an 8-foot tall baboon's hemorrhoids with a big red butt.
Imagine it has hemorrhoids and it locks eyes with you.
And it's pissed, dude. It's pissed about its hemorrhoids.
It just wants to kill everything.
That's how you feel when you have a hemorrhoid.
But okay, so the theory though is that we gotta go kill this baboon. You better believe in the guy writing this.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like you better be
This guy better
fucking
not
tight.
push the
Yeah.
Right?
That's a good ass point.
The culture of why we are constantly shit talking each other.
Yes.
I think comes from that, where it's like we are pressure testing.
Yes.
We're making sure that this guy is solid, because we're gonna go fight an 8-foot tall baboon.
I have the same theory. It's like that's where bullying comes from. We can't remove bullying.
I have the opposite theory about bullying.
Okay, well, I think bullying to the point where like someone kills themselves, like, yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
Terrible. You need to know when to stop. But bullying between men is like, yeah, it's a pressure test. It's like, hey, we're going to go fight. We're in a tribe. We're going to go fight. I need to know if I can trust you in war.
I think there's a
I need to know
difference,
if when we go fight, you're going to have my back and you're not going to puss out. Can I trust you in this battle? No? Well, then you stay home with the women and you pick berries.
I think it's just the word. You're like teasing and like ripping on a dude, but there's bullying to me is like you're intentionally trying to like just like you just have a vendetta against
Right.
Like, you fucking.
I'm not
hate
saying
that guy.
bullying is good. I'm saying that's where bullying comes from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is low-key.
Oh, that's where the instinct comes from.
The instinct to do it. But yeah, people take it too
And 'cause you're
far,
a kid,
and you
don't
can't
really know how. Like you're just doing.
You're just
it
following
willy-nilly,
instinct. Yeah. And then you get egged on by like your classmates. And you're like, oh, I'm cool, I'm fun, and then it gets pushed too far.
Yeah.
But the instinct to like pressure test your brethren. Yes,
yeah.
that's where bullying comes from.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
bullying itself is not good.
Well, all right, so I think there's a little bit of a different. There's basically different kinds, but my like.
Yeah, tell us. I'm curious.
My hot take. I've heard other people say this, so it's not that hot. But like, you might hate this.
It's a warm take.
It's a
Lukewarm take.
Is that essentially most bullying isn't real?
Oh, I also believe that.
Because I mean, how many times have you seen the situation where a guy's just being a cunt? Can I say cunt?
You can say whatever the fuck you want,
We're
bud.
literally fucking at a party with mushrooms.
Yeah.
Like this is you.
Say your
definitely
favorite
say the word
words.
cunt.
Cunt, fuck, bitch.
Is there anything worse than cunt?
Depends what continent you're on.
Yeah, in Australia, cunt's not bad at all. They love cunt. So,
Yeah, it's like saying.
oh yeah, say the N-word, dude.
No, wait, hold on.
You said you wanted to. You said you wanted to do the worst thing.
That's the sign. Like the day you can say that word freely on the internet, anybody can, and no one reacts, is the day that all of human race has finally like.
That we've come together.
And that's when all men finally have like, you're cool, I'm cool.
Yeah.
And then all of the like woke, all of it, they lose power instantly.
Yeah.
That's the hack. Once we all come together and be okay saying it, they all lose power.
It's called it's called the hard R revolution.
No.
The hard revolution, baby. It'll be a
Pivotal time. Yeah.
Yeah. What were
Okay,
you
so
saying?
tell us your
So,
warm take.
How many times in your life have you ever seen someone that's just being a cunt and
Often.
you see somebody in there just like, dude, stop. Dude, stop. Third or fourth time, then they start the quote unquote bullying.
Yeah.
And then the cunt turns back and goes, man, you're being bullied in me. I've seen that I've seen that more than I have. That's like, in my opinion, that's what. Just think about the type of personality that goes, people are bullying me. I'm gonna pick up a gun and go shoot them. That's the definition of a cunt.
Yeah.
You're a fucking cunt.
You just proved the point.
Exactly. So it's
Yeah.
like a normal person. If you're like really being bullied, you're not gonna pick up a gun and shoot people.
Right.
Like, oh, if you don't do it, it's like I think I might actually. But
Yeah.
by shooting people and all, it's like, oh, you prove like, oh, you were just a cunt the whole time.
Yeah.
And you probably deserve to be bullied.
I'm gonna bully you harder if you shoot people.
Oh yeah.
If you shoot up a school, now you're the guy that shot up a
Especially
school.
in prison.
Oh yeah, you're fucked, dude.
Yeah. Now you're really gonna get bullied.
Oh, buddy.
You're
Yeah.
really gonna
You were worried about bullying there?
You want to know what bullying is? You're about to find out.
Pull your pockets out, buddy. You're getting bullied.
Multiple directions.
Yeah. What were we talking about before this?
Dude, I have no fucking idea.
Oh, the 100. This is the best edging we've ever done.
We edged so hard.
We're talking about
100
the
days
100
of film.
That was amazing.
Yeah, how
It
do
was
we?
like, it's like we were in a DJ set and we were gonna drop the song, and then we did like 3 or 4 different transitions, and now we're about to drop this
Back to the original
song.
drop.
Yeah,
Back to the original drop. Okay,
All right.
so tell us
Yeah,
about
you gotta
100
tell
days
us,
of.
You gotta tell us.
Yeah, so I'm shooting 100 rolls of film in 100 days. I'm a little bit behind. I'm about halfway through. I'm about like day 40. The idea of it is a couple different things. The main thing is to get better. So I'm a photographer. I've been a photographer for a long time, about 15 years. And just like anything else, you know, you hit a plateau. And just like anything else, I'm basically applying the same logic. You know, I've obviously been a gym rat. I'm a gym rat. I'm basically applying the logic that I would for a training plateau, which is make it even harder, right? Like add weight or whatever. So I'm putting myself through a boot camp. So I mean,
That's good. I like that. I was thinking about that too. So on Etsy, real quick, side tangent, they have these like I was looking at like random ADHD like scheduling things, and I found this cool shit. It's like a card that you can put in this wood piece, and there's like you can write. There's 6 slots for habits, and then there's days of the month 1 through 30, and there's little circles, and so you can pick what habit is, and then you can color them in as it goes on. And I was like, I'm like struggling to like, okay, I want to do the habit of like yoga, and I realized I just need to not give myself a fucking choice. Right?
No, that is what it is.
And just
exactly
do that, and then once you back off, now it's then you can have the balance, but just fucking do it. Like, and I'm not doing it every day, but like the intention was like Monday through Friday, just fucking go.
Yeah.
And there's no choice, and then eventually, then I can have it actually integrated again. And having that visual, which I still haven't used yet because they forgot to send me the wood thing, but I'm still doing the thing I set out to do.
No, I could totally use something like that. Thanks.
Dude, Etsy's great. Type in ADHD like helpful things, and there's all kinds of weird gadgets and like planners that are made specifically.
Type in ADHD helpful things.
Yeah, it's sick as fuck.
That's similar though to the piece of advice I give people, because I'm sure you get this a lot too, where it's like you get the people that are like they're overweight and all this stuff, and they come to you and they're like, what should I do at the gym? And what I always say back to them is, did you get to the gym? And they're like, no, I just, because I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm going to get there. I'm like, don't worry about what you're going to do when you get there. Get to the gym. Fuck, I tell people to like, go to the gym and buy a smoothie. Like literally just get through the doors.
Yes.
You know? Because that, going back to what you're saying, it's like, do not give yourself the choice, because then it's like, oh, you're overcomplicating. Like, what do I do? Oh, man, I don't know how to do that. Oh, that looks complicated, whatever. Like, no, you just get through the door and then you go to the head. Yeah. But so going back to this, like, yeah, the idea is weighted vests and everything like that. And then there's also basically like a social media component in the sense that I'm sort of putting my money where my mouth is. I've shot for so many influencers, and I've learned a lot. I worked for one of the biggest YouTubers in the world, and I'm just now like putting it into practice. Obviously, a little bit more difficult than I thought, but I'm like putting all that.
What have you found difficult so far? Like
the biggest
with
thing
that?
for me is just the constantly. I have a lot more respect for a lot of influencers that I've seen, in the sense that just knowing how to build a story out of just regular shit. Like, they're basically a lot of them can be, it's basic or it's dumb or whatever, but they are just building stories out of
Mundane
almost
shit.
nothing.
Yeah.
And I guess it circles back in a way where it's like I find that very impressive and very difficult.
They're kind of like, I see some of them like mini movie makers. They're like making mini indie films, some of them.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because it's just for one piece of content that day.
Yeah.
Like, because I think from the perspective of, you had to set your camera up there, film that way, the edit, like not only just all the filming from all the angles from your phone, but then all the editing, you're like, and then you're doing that all the time. It's like, holy
Here's
fuck.
what I'm noticing now that I'm like paying attention is some of them will do it in that very sort of obvious way, like, but, and then it's like, it just kind of feels obvious where it's like, oh no, and all this stuff. But some of them are like really it's really fluid, where you don't even really realize like there is a rising tension, and they're following the fundamentals of storytelling and everything like that, but they do it so smoothly that you don't even notice how they're doing it. And that's like, I find that very impressive.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So with the 100 days, you're just trying to dial in your own brand. I cut you off on that thing.
No worries.
Like, yeah.
I mean, my logic is kind of strange in the sense that the way I look at my skills in photography is I'm somewhere between like a purple belt and like a brown belt, maybe like that.
That's a good way to think about like the thing you do.
Yeah.
That's a
Belt
kind of,
system, anything you do in life.
yeah, that's
smart.
cool.
The other way would be you could do chess or whatever, but everybody kind of knows this one, and it's kind of the strongest skill that I have. So my thought process is like, let's go for the black belt. Let's see if I can get the, you know what I mean? Like, I probably won't by the end of this, but
Well, here's a question. How will you know when you've reached black belt?
I can tell you, I will know. I will know for myself. In terms of like there'd probably be validation from my peers, like in the sense of like photographers that are like that I would consider to be like a black belt.
Yeah.
But honestly, a major part of the reason is that when I look at the gigs that I want, that I admire, they're going to the black belts.
Yeah.
Here we go. Is he coming back? Looks like he's coming back. Oh, this is about to get a lot more exciting. But yeah, that's a big part of the motivation. Is the conclusion I came down to is like, yeah, like a lot of times people look at these gigs and what people want. You know, gig work it's kind of all the same, right? I think we were talking about this earlier. There's a lot of similarities in all the different types of gig work, and I think a lot of people have all these different ideas of, oh, it's all about networking, or it's all about all this stuff. But when you look at the top tiers, most of the time it's going to the black belt, right? Like it's going to the best of the best. So kind of my logic is like, oh, if I want the best work, you got to get on that level. And
that gives me an interesting shift in my own perception, because I've been training for 20 years and I kind of like feel like I'm topped out a little bit. And the way I always looked at training clients was like mastery, like how far could I do this? You know, like what level of clients and people could you help? You know what I mean? Because you see, like, you work for somebody, and then you become like an independent contractor, so you're like making a little more. Then eventually you rent space and you do your thing, and then like prices you could go up, and then the people you work with or whatever, and then how much you got to market. But then, yeah, it's like I feel like I've gotten bored, but I realize maybe I actually, to break to another level that's just beyond what I think is even there, I have to tweak something in myself to go to another level. And so it's just an interesting thought to be like, think through.
For you, that's a tough one to kind of figure out, like what would be the measurement system?
I don't know. I think maybe it would be, for me, it would be this final alignment where when you have the like mind, body, spirit, like really it's like this in sync like flow, you finally like, and you're maintaining it, which is hard to like maintain that circuit. But I feel like once you've unlocked that, that's it. Yeah. And that's like near impossible as a like if we're into fitness and health, like most people are like that connection of that like thing all together, that's a hard thing. I feel like if you reach that, now you have that thing, right? And I understand a lot of it, and I can help people guide to their own places of like how to really get peak health. But to like really actualize it, I have to actualize it myself to like that fullest level.
Yeah, maybe.
I want to ask, what is your like fitness journey? Like, were you a big dude? Were you like, what sports did you do when you were young?
I'm truly a weirdo in that, like, I have literally always been a fitness freak. So I started lifting weights when I was 13, but even before then.
Honestly, okay, so real quick, anybody story that's with any dude that like has great development, they all started lifting at 12, 13.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things about
that's why if you have kids, fucking make them lift young.
Well, so there's some things that, I mean, the big thing for me is that, like, the benefit is that I've got, like, you can't obviously, like, I can't demonstrate it now, but I do have that, like, weird strength that people, like, look at me and they're like,
I could tell because you know why?
How?
Forearms.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's why.
Big forearms.
Forearms is like, that's
a telltale like sign that you got like old man strength in there.
Man strength.
Yeah.
So the invisible strength that people can't tell are grip strength, core strength, and stack.
Oh, I would know if I got grabbed by this guy, it's toast.
Yeah.
I know he's gonna like pull me in.
Yep.
Well, it's funny you should say that because I do a little bit of jiu-jitsu and I get my ass destroyed by, phrase on that was bad, I get strangled by dudes that are like 130 pounds.
Yeah, but that's jiu-jitsu though. It doesn't matter how big and strong you are. There's always a small Chinese man who's stronger than you. Yeah, and they'll just spider climb out.
You feel your fingers just big.
They love beating up big guys.
There was this guy I used to roll with, and
I love it.
We called him.
It's
so fun.
Because it's like just like
that's what I love about jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I only done it a little bit, but my favorite thing is actually getting the shit beat out of me.
It's so humbling.
There was a guy I went up against that only used me for defense. He literally.
That's so.
So, and it's just like a movie. It's where like, it's spiritual. That taught me that like, movies are like spiritually correct. They're not actually correct, but the whole idea of the wax on, wax off, the old guy that's just like I'm going up against a guy that's been doing this for longer than I've been alive.
Yeah.
Of course he can just, you know what I mean? Of course he knows.
And like
it's effortless.
But like
Dude,
you can't.
They're not even thinking about you, and they're kicking your ass.
But it's so amazing to witness that.
Yeah.
Like a couple times I rolled at Paragon, and those like high, there's a lot of black belts there. And just to feel how like little effort and they're just moving around, and you know at any moment if they wanted to fucking go, that you're just like, and you realize how fucking of a helpless little baby you are to these dudes. Like absolute. And the cool thing is those like the black belts, they're the most calm,
Dude, they really are.
the most kind, the most just like they're like.
Yeah. The only time you get injured in jiu-jitsu is when you're going against a white belt.
Yes.
That's why
Every
I don't
time.
like going to white belt classes. I went to a white belt class one time, and I was like, oh fuck, I don't know a lot, but I know I'm about to get fucked up. And I was like, please instructor, please keep watching this because this guy's gonna freak out. He was a white belt. His very first day I get paired with him, he's a fucking wrestler.
Yeah.
So he's
that's
super
me.
Super
explosive.
intense.
And he was fucking dropping me on my neck, and I'm like, please God. And he finally chilled him out because he finally saw it. But I was like, that's your worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Because
I was a wrestler, so for me, it's like that, where it's like people are scared of
they
me.
just go from
But-
like 0 to 120 miles in
Yeah.
that fast.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either about myself until then, where I was like, and it makes sense. I just didn't know that, like, oh, that is the whole sport is you just smash the other person. It's like,
Yeah, you get grip go.
Because when you think about it, it's like in wrestling, it is all about how big and strong and fast are you, and in jiu-jitsu, it's just like how much do you know.
I wish
Do
I
you
knew
know
that.
everything about this, because then you'll win.
I wish I had that in my brain. I wish I did wrestling in school. Like
There's a
it's
lot of benefits.
it's such a it's such a good thing to have learned.
Yeah.
There's a lot of benefits.
I think I just saw
terrible at it.
I think I just saw the guys in the things and I was like,
It's
Gay.
And it's the same thing with jiu-jitsu, where it's like when you're watching, you're like,
if they made
man,
him,
that does look kind of gay. He's got his balls right.
But
It's-
I thought it was gay, but then I did rowing, which is also gay.
Real thing.
Yeah.
you know what it is? It's not even it wasn't necessarily even the movements. It was the fucking outfits they made him wear.
outfits are really bizarre.
The outfits are the most gayest looking like pet monkey thing that you've ever put.
It's the Borat swimsuit.
Yeah,
That's
like,
what you fucking
if
wear,
they,
dude.
If they were just in straight like spats or something,
headgear.
and they had cool
Yeah.
shit, you'd be like, "This is fucking dope."
I know, I thought it looked gay looking at the wrestlers, and then I went into rowing, which is also spandex and also pretty gay.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, you guys wear the hella say like just straight spandex.
Just straight
bottoms.
spandies,
Yeah.
dude. Holding big
least you got a
wooden
shirt on.
oars. No, you don't get a shirt.
Oh, you don't get a shirt.
No, you're fucking spandies.
That's
It's
hilarious.
the exact
Fuck those
same as
guys.
wrestlers.
I'm gonna go on a boat and
Yeah.
wear the same thing.
Yeah.
I bet you would be the same logic where it's like if you wore pants, it would either be falling down or falling. Like you go right.
No, you want to be fucking slim and sleek. Yeah, it's just like wrestling. You
Aerodynamic
don't. You want to be
as
aerodynamic. You want everything, and
You
you,
don't want
want
any
that like
friction.
you want that like spandex stuff. So because cotton, you're just gonna get soaked and wet. It's like you want spandex to just fucking
Yeah.
The water just beads off you.
Yeah.
You need that shit. Also, you can see your dick and balls pretty good. So that's another perk.
Okay, so
If
you've
you're good,
okay, so
If you're well
you have
endowed.
old man strength, and you've always worked out.
Oh, so like even before that, it was kind of weird. This is how much of a lunatic I was, dude. So when I was like 10 years old, I would run 10 miles a day.
What the fuck?
So this is
Fucking
how-
psychopath.
My record for sit-ups is 750.
What the
I
fuck?
did that when I was
Christ.
10 years old. I was
What the fuck?
absolutely-
Who was your dad?
So-
was he like,
no,
son,
Yeah,
chill
David
out?
Goggins, dude.
It's funny where it's like
It was just in your
my
brain?
whole life, there was something where like
There's some
recently I was like,
influence.
dude, what was wrong with my home life?
Or were you like a reincarnation of some fucking World War I general, and you came back into this body, and you're like, I gotta fucking train.
I know it's basically always been in me. It's a weird thing. So then the other thing is like, yeah, I went through puberty. Where
I would go fight a baboon.
Yeah, this guy would have fought the baboon for sure.
You want
Yeah,
this
dude.
guy on the team.
Yeah. You'd bring your knife, you'd go in the baboon's ass and stab your way
just-
out.
Like we're distracting him, and then and he's like, he's going.
Yeah,
in.
he's on the
And he's
baboon's back, just
but you
slitting
gotta
its
make
throat.
sure you fucking distract him, or else this doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, you fucking cut his face off and put it
I
on.
go home and still don't get any pussy.
Yeah, dude.
I want to AI that whole story of that happening.
Yes.
Like AI generated that. That'd be so sick.
Yeah.
Going up the baboon and flying through it and then killing it.
Mike, can you do that, dude? Mike, can you make Ayo, can you make that?
That honestly was just like if the technology, like the graphics are good enough, there could be a fucking like a famous scene in a movie.
I never heard. I mean, when you think about that stuff, it's like
That
this
should be one of the next action movies.
But it's also
it would
like,
be sick.
It would be sick in it, but it also all of those things. You know, the woolly mammoth, the cave bears of Europe, the cave lions of Europe. Every continent had a megafauna, and it's like, oh, this is where the lore of the dragons. The dragon, if you think about it, like in Australia. So okay, in New Zealand. So there's a couple different things about New Zealand. One was the first humans. They weren't Homo sapiens. It was a species of 3 foot tall. Because at the same time there was about, I believe to be about 5 human species around. So it was Homo sapiens, Neanderthals, and then I think like Homo erectus or whatever, and then this other species that were like about 3 foot tall. They were the first ones to get to New Zealand, and they were hunted by giant eagles.
No.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
No.
That's
To
wild.
hear that.
And you're 3 foot tall.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Oh, yeah, you're
that already sucks. Like, you know what I mean?
You're living underground 100%.
Do we have fossils of 3 foot tall humans?
Actually,
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And they knew that. So the reason why they think they were being hunted by them was one is they knew that those eagles lived there, and they also have found. I could be wrong about this, but I believe they have found skulls with the scratches of
Talons.
the talons.
Oh, shit.
In the skulls.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do deserve AI
They were
sex
hunted by
robots.
saber-tooths. They found that one skull that had a saber tooth. It's in that what's that tar pit? The tar pit of in San Diego and all that. There was one that they found that was a skull with a saber tooth teeth in its eyes.
Crazy.
And I guess the skull got stuck in its mouth, and it like starved to death trying to eat this human.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. If you take me out, I'm taking you out, dude.
Exactly, bro.
Skull fuck me, you're done.
And then you just starve to death because you got this skull stuck in your teeth.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, so coming from a guy that's like, so you're doing 750 fucking push-ups at
so
10.
From a perspective standpoint, what I think is, I've seen the hype cycle. So I call this cycle, the carousel, I call it the bacon and eggs carousel.
Okay.
And anybody that is in fitness is going to know what I'm talking about. Where bacon and eggs are good for you, then they're bad for you.
Yeah.
Then they're good for you.
Yep.
And I've pinned it to about 5 years. So right now we're in the middle. We're about 2.5 years in.
Yeah.
About another year.
Of the eggs are being good for you.
All of a sudden, eggs
Yeah.
and bacon are going to be so good for you, right? So I measure people on this, where it's like, so how many bacon and egg carousels have you had? For me, I'm on my 4th. How many bacon and egg carousels would you say you're on in terms of your fitness journey? How many
For
times
me
have you-
personally?
How many times have you seen the bacon and egg carousel go around in your fitness journey? Have you? Most people that aren't into fitness, they're not paying attention to this.
Yeah.
But if you're into health and fitness, you might notice like, oh, you said bacon and eggs were good for you, then you said it was
I think
bad for you.
I think it's the fat's good, fat's bad.
Sure.
Yeah.
But they specifically, it's funny, they say fat, but then specifically that fat. They say
Cholesterol.
is good for you.
Yeah.
Cholesterol is good
Animal
for you.
fat.
Yeah, and they go
Yeah.
back and forth, and it's on about a 5-year schedule.
It was like, I think Atkins came out when I was in high school. That was a thing. Then it was like, went away. Or also that's when they started like mass producing all those like fat-free.
Yeah.
That's when all the fat-free stuff came out. And then later, then it was Atkins, so it went that way.
Yeah.
And then as a bodybuilder, you just kind of like, I think it was usually just kind of lowish fat, yeah, moderate carbs, high protein.
Well, so remember then, like 10 years ago, it was the keto paleo.
Yep, keto paleo.
And that died down, and then it kind of came back. I mean, it's kind of weird with COVID or whatever. But there was like a little bit right before COVID where all of a sudden everyone was going crazy about bacon. And then it felt like, all of a sudden it was like, oh, we're allowed to have bacon. And people were wearing like bacon shorts and bacon chapstick and all this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it went back to like, what's up? How are you?
You guys are talking about now.
Talking about
What's up,
bacon.
dude? Bacon.
Yeah.
All the bacon. Don't let me interrupt you.
But so we're talking about this thing. I call it the bacon and egg carousel, or bacon egg carousel, where essentially, have you ever noticed that like they tell you that bacon and eggs are good for you, and then they tell them they're bad for you? And there's like every 5 years or so this happens.
But it tastes amazing, so fuck that. I would eat it.
I agree.
Exactly.
And it's also not bad for you.
I've always been team bacon and eggs are good for you. Even though it cycles, I'm like, fuck you guys. I'm eating bacon, I'm eating eggs.
Yes. So, but the whole reason why I say this is to bring this up is that in terms of like if you are like paying attention to this stuff.
Yeah.
How many cycles have you been through?
And you've been through 4 cycles.
I'm on my 4th now, right? So this is how like I measure people or whatever. So also to tie this all back, we're talking about bacon and eggs in reference to like how much are you paying attention to like whatever fitness, health, that type of thing, and what I've seen in that like community, right? And one thing that I know, so like you might also relate to this is like I feel like I run into a lot of people where they start working out, whatever, they start to get some progress, and after 3 years they think they know everything.
Yeah.
Like, and
That's
I'm like,
that's
dude, you
that's
haven't even
that's
seen your
that's
bacon
that's
and
what
egg
it is.
carousel.
There's a 20-year-old, and then I'm a fitness influencer.
Exactly.
And you've just learned that you eat normal food and you lifted weights a little bit, and now you're trying to preach to the world.
And they're
But I get it
telling
because
you,
it's
they're
this.
like trying to explain, like
Yeah.
mansplaining shit to you.
Yeah. There's a phenomenon. There's a name for this. I can't remember what it is. But when you first start something, Dunning-Kruger. Thank you. Yes, Dunning-Kruger effect. When you first start something, you're the most confident in it. Like once you start getting a little knowledge, you're like, oh, I'm a fucking expert. And then the more knowledge you get, you realize, oh, I'm actually a fucking dipshit, and I don't know anything. But you have to get over this hump first.
The other one, this is where it gets real deep. So
I think it's also because you're excited.
have you
and
ever
you're
heard
excited,
of
yeah.
The expanding sphere of knowledge.
This is my expanding sphere of knowledge.
I'm kind of want to
expand it?
That's right.
Orb.
So basically, the idea is this. So when a circle expands, basically the area, it's not super nerdy, but it's super deep. The area grows.
Wait, start that over again because I couldn't hear.
Expanding sphere of knowledge.
Okay.
So imagine your knowledge base is a circle. Everything on the inside is what you know. Everything on the outside is what you do not know. As that circle grows, the area grows. I'm not messing with the term, but it's like continually. Like
Yeah.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, that type of thing. But the circumference grows logarithmically. So in other words,
Wait. What does that mean?
so it grows 2, 4, 8, 16.
It's like exponential growth.
Exponential, right? So the more you learn, the more you exponentially learn about what you do not know.
Yeah.
But that visual representation, like when you see that, it makes it so clear. Like, oh, you're basically making more nodes of like, oh, I don't know this, I don't know that, I don't know that.
Yeah. The more you know, the more you don't know.
That's what
Yes.
I've experienced. That so many like, yeah. And then you're like, should I keep learning? And then you're like, but I want to because it's interesting.
But the mark to me, the mark of a true expert is when they just start answering everything with, well, it's complicated.
Yeah.
Like when they just start saying like, no, it's this or that, it's like, motherfucker, you don't know.
Yeah, nothing's black and white.
When you hear a scientist go like, have you ever listened to Huberman? Huberman's always
Yeah.
just like, well.
That's why his podcasts are fucking 90 minutes of him just talking about one very specific thing at length.
Like, thank God he can make it interesting.
Yeah.
Most of them are just like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what an expert, a real expert, if they really know what they're talking about, they're like, well, if this happens.
That's why I can't stand people that are on the wellness podcast circuit, and they're like they clip stuff like, do this.
Yeah.
Like I had a bunch of cold plunging was popular, right? And then anytime something's popular, there's always this like everyone loves it, and then there's got to be hate against it, right? For example, like ibogaine is trending, it's getting bigger and bigger. Guarantee there's going to be a giant wave of anti it.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like
The big one that's about to happen is running.
with what?
There's always still running.
Oh,
Running.
yeah, 100%.
Running's gonna be bad.
100%. Yeah.
So the running one is interesting though because it comes back bigger every time. So running.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So yeah, so
Why?
Basically the biggest because it is amazing. But the reason why it goes back is this: that people go too hard. It's just like everything else. They go too hard. So most of these people that are getting stuck in the running hype cycle, they haven't run, and now all of a sudden they're gonna try and run 10 miles. Running is like the second most complicated movement in the human body.
I always try to get into running. I want to, but I like feel like I'm built like just a straight lifter, and I don't know how to properly. I feel like if I keep doing this, am I gonna actually fuck my shit up, or am I just not giving it enough time to become a runner?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, the truth of the matter is, if you're lifting weights, you're building a good foundation.
Our makeup artist is here.
Most of the people that are like they're just running.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It wasn't a cute look.
You look like a serial killer.
Great to have someone who can just change your
Yeah.
hair live on
Yeah.
set.
Female energy. We were just
We've had some crazy conversations here.
Well, how much we love female energy.
Yeah. And now
Yeah,
you're
this
here.
is great.
Yeah, exactly.
best.
And then it just started getting broier and broier, and then you should have been like reset. Like,
Yeah. If.
All right, wait. What were you saying?
well, so if we're getting specific, like to you, it's like, dude, if you're lifting weights, you're probably good. Most of the injuries are going to come from.
Like I can do.
So here's the deal. Again, it is genuinely the most complicated thing the human body does is
Yeah.
talk. The second most complicated thing is running.
It's
It is the most. It is so.
But it's also the thing that humans are made to do.
Yes.
We're the best at running.
Right, so you've atrophied. So if you haven't done it, like if you were doing it your whole life,
Yeah.
then you're fine.
So it's
But
kind
when
of-
you don't do it for like 10 years and then you do it, then
So-
like, yeah, shit's atrophy. Shit doesn't work the same way.
So it's
anymore.
kind of
Totally.
like lifting in some ways in that your like tendons and ligaments and joints aren't developed. Because like I
Yes.
can do my endurance on a Stairmaster is
people
crazy.
really
Like
have to do it.
I can do sprints. I can do an hour straight at a steady pace. Like I can do all the running like training, but not actually running.
So if you're lifting weights, so the
Like
two
I have the
things that you
aerobic system, but I don't. My physical body can't do it.
Yeah. So there's two things that you're armed with if you're training with at the gym. Number one is, yeah, you're making your muscles and your joints strong, but arguably more importantly is you're developing your body awareness. That is probably one of the biggest things that most people have no body awareness, right? So they don't know, like if your knee hurts and you've been lifting weights, you might go, I should probably stop. Or it's like, oh, I've been through, some people don't know, like, oh, is this my joint or is this just like my muscle?
Yeah, and they also don't know the intensity and what to do with that
Exactly.
pain.
So having that body awareness is the thing that protects you. Most of the people, like, they hear all this toxic shit, push through the pain.
Yeah.
No blood, leave the blood on that. They hear all this toxic shit, and they're like, well, my knee hurts, but they're telling me no pain.
Yeah, and that's how you blow your knee out.
And then
Yeah,
next
that's how
thing you know,
David
like,
Goggins
dude,
has
you
no
have
cartilage.
in your knee now.
Yeah. Well, that's my experience.
Yes, that's literally.
And that's my experience. I think also part of it is looking back, all the people I trained that were runners, they were fucked up. I remember I used to train this lady way back when I first started. She literally, I could hear and see her knee move.
Yeah.
There was nothing left, and she had a wrap. She still wouldn't stop running.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're fucking insane.
Running is a drug, and I feel like people get fucking addicted to because you're releasing so many endorphins.
The obvious one is
They-
how many people quit heroin and then get addicted
And then
to
start
heroin.
running, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
That tells you how addicting it is.
That's
I
funny
mean,
because
that's
I
all
quit
I'll do.
running just to do heroin.
That's why I'll do like
Might as well.
It's a way better
long-
pathway.
I'll do long hours on the Stairmaster. Like I'll do long times because that's that like endorphin high. But I imagine the idea of running's awesome because you're outside.
Yeah.
You can do it anywhere.
Yeah.
You can do it in like different environments. Like the idea is good.
You will never. I love running. It is an amazing thing. I am like, everybody should run.
Okay, so
But
how do I start? How do we start?
How do we start running?
So the first thing is, honestly, it's simple. It's like, dude, run, and then if you feel like you can't run, walk. People have this idea in their head that like, if you're walking, you bitch out or you feel like, no, dude, walk. Like, it is totally, like, treat it like it's weightlifting. If you're tired, you sit on the bench.
And this is coming from a guy who was 10 years old and could do 750 fucking sit-ups.
Dude, like literally, it's like that's exactly what it's weird. Like I mean, because I've been in this my whole life, the hype cycles don't really faze me anymore. I don't really like. I haven't. Really,
They don't faze me either.
Yeah, I should be. I think that's part of the reason why like I haven't hit any other goals. Like I would at some point I'd like to do a marathon or like an Ironman or something like that. But because I've also it's just my life. I mean, these days.
So how do you
train
train?
this? Well, what I'm gonna say is because I'm doing this 100 rolls of film thing, I'm only training like once a day. Normally, like if I wasn't doing this, I work out twice a day, usually 6 or 7 days a week. Basically like 4 or 5 hours a day, something like that, right? So, and that's not like people think that's like a discipline thing. Like, no, this is literally this is my life. This is the logical extension of doing it for 20 years. You just do it. I don't even really
You've
get
just built up to
sore.
handle that capacity.
Yeah, and it's like,
and that's the benefit of like.
And then people see that and they go, "Oh, I got to do that." Like, no, dude, I've been doing this for 20 years. You don't just walk up and do that. You're gonna kill yourself. So. But yeah, so sorry. Oh, so your question was, I think your original question was like, how do you get into running?
Would you so say like, should I do that like 100-day thing, but then also always go out, attempt to just do it, listen to your body, adjust, but do it every day still? Is that still a good idea?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
So that's what's confusing to me. Like as a trainer and programming things, you're always like, you should have a day of rest to like, the stress recovery adaptation, right?
Levels. So like,
Yeah.
okay, so when I say I work out every day, I should like emphasize those.
No, I don't think hard. Like you're probably doing many different
So, yeah,
things.
I mean, my off days are probably still more intense than like what a normal person would do, but
You're always training,
yeah, exactly.
and it's always like they're all connected.
Yeah, and like it's that throttling of I have the level of body awareness to go, oh, I got a back pump. All right, so I'll stay away from that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I haven't, but most people they haven't developed that body awareness.
That takes a long time to figure out.
It does. Yeah. Well,
I say a mantra when I run.
What do you say?
I say strong, solid, steady strides. Strong, solid, steady strides.
That's awesome. You should make a loop that you just put on Spotify, and then people
can listen to that
Yeah.
with bass music behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
I came up with it in Japan. I was like running.
Say it again. Strong,
Strong,
steady,
solid,
strong, solid.
steady strides.
That's funny because when I was in high school, I wouldn't run a lot, but 3 days a week I would do this like. Do you remember the Body for Life program? Do you ever remember
Yes,
that?
I do.
Bill Phillips way back in the day made this, and you were supposed to do these. It was a 20-minute interval, and what you did is you did like intensity level 6 for a minute, 7 for a minute, 8 for a minute, then 9. You repeated that 4 times, but on the 4th one, you did an all-out sprint to finish it, and that was the workout.
Yeah.
So you progressively faster, 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 faster,
Yeah.
right? And I would use mantras like because it would like you're just like
helps so much.
because you're like shut the fuck up, and yeah, it worked.
So
It
this
worked.
is actually because my understanding with running is like 99% of it is mental.
Unless your knee's getting fucked up.
Unless,
I
sure.
think what's going on over here? So
Trinidad.
I should probably also just keep explaining. Hey, what's up?
Did we have an outfit change?
We did.
Oh.
Hey,
She's always outfit changing.
Trinidad.
You guys know Ben and Taylor, right?
why aren't you?
Yeah, are they here?
They changed, yeah, but no, they're not. They changed like 4 times as ethereal creatures.
Oh, I know.
And I was like, I'm gonna do that too. So I brought like 5 different outfits. I have one more.
I can't wait to
Do you
see
want to show
it.
the camera your outfit?
Yeah, do a little spin. Ooh. Ooh. It is very
It is, I like
mermaid.
it.
That is cool.
It is very cool. Tell us your story.
Yeah.
What story do you want to know? I have lots of stories.
What's the first one that pops to your head?
Well, I was just in Germany
Oh, very cool.
with my bestie, Virginia Salas Castillo.
Say it again.
I was with my bestie in Germany, Virginia Salas Castillo. She's a badass entrepreneur, does masterminds and events all over the world. And my first name is actually Virginia.
Oh.
I got my middle name Trinidad. And we've always known that we were gonna make magic together. And we are about to do so much magic in the world with our networks combined. It's like Captain Planet, but not Captain Planet, with Captain Planet with our friends.
They're friends.
Captain
Captain
is
Planet,
a
they're
deep
all
reference.
homies.
People don't talk about Captain Planet.
Do you guys know about Captain Planet? Maybe.
I know.
Captain Planet, he's a hero. Gonna take
gonna find
pollution down to 0.
Sing again. Sing it again. Do it again. We'll sing it with you.
Captain
Planet, he's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to 0. Earth, water, hearts. The Asian was the heart bitches.
Yeah, with the little monkey in his backpack.
Yeah, I was like, yo, there's a brown person on a cartoon. Fuck yeah.
With powers.
With powers.
And he gets a
cool.
pet. He's the only one that gets to have a pet.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, pretty fucking dope. So, Virginia Salas Castillo, she was just invited to go to Necker Island with Russell Branson, and she did a talk there. And it was kind of amazing. And she got all these codes, and then she met someone, and he's this really amazing German. I forgot Jenny was German, because everywhere in the world she speaks English. And I go, and I was like, wow, your German's so sexy. Can you just speak German all the time? I tried to catch her on film a couple times. Anyways, we are planning to do a charity ball at the Sound of Music Castle in Salzburg, Austria. And she was like, Trinidad, let's go make content for marketing for the event. We can go to Austria. And I was like, okay, when's the plane flight? She was like, it's a 2-hour drive from Ingolstadt, Germany, where she lives with her beloved. And I was like, yeah, let's go on an adventure. So we drove 2 hours to Austria, and we arrived, and the castle's just open. The castle that's the Sound of Music just opened. Do you guys remember the 2 horses in the front? No. That one scene?
The horses?
There's 2 horses in the front. Oh my God. There's so many.
Sound of Music?
In the Sound of Music, the movie. There's so many rooms in the Sound of Music where they did not use the rooms. There's a library. Do you guys remember the beauty?
How many dead bodies do you think they got?
I don't know. But do you guys remember the Beauty and the Beast movie?
Yes.
Do you remember the library? There is a library at the Sound of Music Castle that looks like the library from Beauty and the Beast, but a smaller, more cozier, more wooded version. And there is a sign. I found the secret passage on how to get upstairs because there's no stairwell. And I found it. It was like a speakeasy door. And then I opened it, and there was a sign that says, "Do not go up here." And I said, "No one's here. It's the middle of the night. I'm going to go up there." So I went up, and I got into the second level, and it was crickety. And I think if you were a big dude, you'd probably break a hole in that wood because it was old. That wood's probably like 5,000 years old, maybe 100,000, 200,000
That's
years
crazy.
old.
Let's finish that
Oh.
running
Oh.
story.
Tangent.
Let's finish
Sorry.
that. Hey, no, keep hanging out.
Yeah.
We're going into that. Finish the running thing. So the like.
So I don't remember.
No, so the 100 days. Like, would you do it every day? But you would slowly build it. The 100 days of running. Sorry, not 100 days of running.
Hundreds.
You would apply.
rushing too many
Oh yeah,
days
yeah,
together,
yeah, yeah.
This is
My
the-
brain's
this
coming
is-
back. Don't worry.
this is the
Here we go.
ADD.
Here we go.
At its finest.
It was like brrrr, now we're right here. This is where I think it gets like
Now we're
I
right
think
here.
it's that's where it gets confusing when you're like coaching and training people, but I think you're about to solve the problem. It's like
Here we go.
still do
I'm
it
about to solve this
still
problem.
no, still do it every day, but then how do you do it every day to modify it? Like when you're trying to like in my mind to get better at running, you wouldn't run every day. You do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right? Or blah blah blah.
No, but you would do that.
But how do you do? Because you're saying like how do you build that slowly, right? Because like most like you wouldn't say lift every
sometimes
single
you
day,
walk.
right? Yeah,
Sometimes you walk, sometimes you run.
yeah.
Sometimes you crawl.
Because most
Sometimes you
yeah, because like most training like
Sometimes you jump.
like most training when you're
Sometimes you
programming
spank.
training, I would never tell my clients do cardio every single day because they'd fuck themselves, right?
Yeah.
And it would, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so, but like, that's a good way to do it because I think when people think run every day, they'll be like, oh, I'm supposed to run 30 minutes every day. So then they'll run 30 minutes every
Yeah,
day.
but
then
where
you're,
they get
but you're,
hurt, though,
so
is-
then what
is-
I'm saying is, yeah, how do you, like, that's the key is
So
like,
I think the biggest
teaching,
thing is being armed with the information of body awareness. So the biggest problem is people being told that like you gotta push through the pain, you gotta and all this stuff.
Stop pushing through the pain because you
Stop
just
pushing
hurt
through
your
the
body
pain.
more.
Exactly. And so that basically what I'm getting is like literally that key piece of information. I really believe for most people would say, well, I just understand like, dude, stop thinking about this in the short term. Stop thinking about this like that you're going to get your results, whatever in whatever period of time.
Slow down. Be in more surrender. Receive. Because receiving feels so good. And we live in a universe that blesses us. And we have a divine mother and a divine father who only want anything but good for us. And when you feel that love, it just bursts out of your heart like a Care Bear. Like that.
holy
The
shit.
mirror
It
just
burst
popped
out of your
That
heart like
that
a
was
Care
the
Bear.
burst
So
in
this
that
is a
heart.
good. This is like I've been thinking about this, but I've been thinking about it through yoga because usually when I think about yoga, I would think about it like lifting, where it's like you either do it 2, 3, or 4 days and you have like rest in between or whatever.
Well, they actually
right?
do yoga wrong. Did you know that?
But like, I was thinking, why couldn't you do it every day?
Yeah.
And you actually should do it every single day.
You really should, because what it does is release the tension in the body. When you
I
do
can just pull
yoga
my head
every
down.
day, but yoga actually
gonna-
here's.
that-
But
me
let me
moving my
let me
head's not
let
gonna
me
We're talking about
I'll
almost.
touch it.
It's more
Wait.
about like the overall like habits and things like that.
hold on though.
Hold on.
Yoga in the Western world, everybody likes to fast
Yeah,
forward.
just say, Brian, move your hair
Do you
back.
guys know what the yoga poses are called? They're called asanas. Each yoga pose is called an asana. And you know what happens is that so many Westerners want to fast forward the process, but the chi does not move in the body unless you slow down. Slow the frick down, because when you slow down in the asana, in the pose, the chi can move in the body. When you put your body in a specific position, it's actually speaking to the universe to heal different parts of your body. And people don't realize that that's what yoga is doing. And everybody wants my guru in India was like, everybody wants to fucking fast forward everything in the Western world. He didn't say fucking, that was mine. But he said, you need to slow the fuck down. Slow down. Slow everything down.
What time is it?
Because then you can be present.
An hour? Oh, cool. That's
But I
awesome.
think to wrap up, that basically the idea though is like it is kind of like what you're saying. It's to slow down. you know, I really do believe that it kind of comes down to, yeah, you do have to do something in you in that, like, move forward.
I think that's what.
essentially.
So I think that's what challenges people is because, like for example, it's what I think the key is what you said. It's so technical, right? It's so like it's like because other forms of cardio, like for example, I wasn't doing a lot of endurance training, so like I go to like you can get on an exercise bike or whatever exercise cardio machine. At first you start, you can barely go. You can't do either very long or you can't do a very fast pace. But then over time, it's like you build up. Like I could barely do 20 minutes because I was only lifting. My quads would just fucking, they were gassed. They were only trained to be anaerobic, right? And then I built it up to like, it's crazy, but it's the technical part I think that was fucking me up because my body would feel fucked up so much. So
But
that's
that
good.
basically just means if you feel fucked up, you're going too far, you're doing too much.
Yeah, I think I think it was,
Yeah. You know what a really good
which
way?
is sad because then I can't actually run that far. It's like the muscles have to build up.
Right, exactly.
That's exciting though. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Do
I'm gonna
it.
do 100 days of running.
Okay.
I'll do 100 days of running and 100 days of yoga. That'll be my thing.
I like that.
Yeah.
You're number
Yeah.
3, so you're the third
Yeah.
person to tell me that they're going to do a 100-day challenge. So I'm doing
No,
this
I was
thing.
ever since we had that first conversation, I was for sure gonna do it. I just couldn't think what it was.
So that's interesting. So I'm doing this. So just to catch you up.
Yeah,
I'm
what's
doing
your
this
gonna be
thing
your
where
thing?
I'm shooting 100 rolls of film in 100 days because I'm a photographer. And a couple people now have come to me and been like, dude, I really like this. I just met someone at Potter that's like, she's gonna make 100 different lamps and all that. So
Really?
I'm like, it's like working. It's like people are getting inspired by it. I'm like, which I find very